Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. To celebrate the spooky season, for the month of October, we will be doing Spooktober, where we will be making 5 more recipes that will surely be frightening and delicious. For this episode, we start off with a really simple recipe, mummy hot dogs. For this recipe, for 8 mummy dogs, you will need one 8-ounce can of crescent roll dough. You of course can make your own dough, but this is much easier. In addition, you will of course need 8 hot dogs. Any type should work, but I would recommend either wiener or beef hot dogs. Then, if you want, you can add some cheese. I recommend either American or Monterey Jack, but any sliced cheese should work. You will also need some butter or oil spray to give the rolls a nice golden crust. Then, if you want to give them eyes, you will also need some candy eyes. You can typically find these in the baking aisle, but if you can't find them, or you don't want to use them, you can also use some cheese and a dot of ketchup. Or if you want to keep it simple, you can just use mustard to dot the eyes. And if you want, you will need some ketchup, mustard, or other sauce for dipping if desired. First, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you want to use an air fryer, preheat it to 330 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, while we wait, we'll prepare our mummies. Open up your crescent dough and unroll it onto a flat surface. If your dough has perforations, press the dough so that it reforms into one piece. Then, use a knife or pizza cutter to cut the dough into tiny strips, about 40 pieces or so. In addition, if you plan on using it, slice your cheese into hot dog width size strips at this time as well. If you want to give your mummies arms and legs, you can do so by cutting the hot dog at the bottom for the mummy's legs, and then make 2 slits on either side for the mummy's arms. Then, when your dough bandages are ready, grab a hot dog and your cheese and wrap them in the dough strips, leaving a space to add the face later. Don't worry if you rip the bandages, just attach it back together or to other dough pieces and it should be fine. If your mummies have arms and legs, make sure to wrap each appendage individually so that they stick out when they cook. Then, repeat this until all of your mummies are wrapped. Then, if you're using an oven, place your mummies onto a baking sheet lined with aluminum foil or parchment paper, brush or spray them with some butter or oil, and then place them into the oven and let them bake for 13 to 17 minutes or until the dough is golden brown. If you're using an air fryer, similarly, place your mummies into the basket, brush or spray them with some butter or oil, then air fry them for 6 to 7 minutes or until the dough turns light brown. Then, with tongs, carefully turn over each one and cook them for another 2 to 3 minutes or until this side turns golden brown. Then, when they're done, add their eyes if desired, serve with your desired dipping sauce of choice, and your mummy hot dogs are ready to eat. My favorite thing about this dish is how simple it is. Basically, only two ingredients and a little bit of wrapping are needed, and then you have a delicious Halloween treat. It's also super convenient for a party, since you can grab one and then eat the whole thing while walking around, or whatever you do at Halloween parties. If you need to, you may store these in a fridge and then reheat them in the oven, but they're pretty easy to make, so I recommend just making them as you need them. When putting the eyes on, I recommend using some ketchup or other sauce to keep them glued to the mummy. Also, if you decided to make the eyes out of cheese, you can use a straw to punch holes into the cheese, and then you can use the same straw to dot the eyes with the ketchup as well. Also, when using aluminum foil, make sure to spray the aluminum foil before placing the mummies on the pan, because otherwise, the cheese will stick to it, making it difficult to remove. If you want, you can also make these using mini hot dogs for a more snack size option. Also, this recipe is similar to one we did last year, so if you're looking for a breakfast version of this spooky dish, check out the Cultists in Robes video. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want to make next. Like the video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel.